You're watching JD's Variety Channel. Okay guys, I got my first permission of the day. I am on a pretty steep hill now within only a few miles of where there was a lot of Civil War activity. So there's been a lot of Civil War hunters in this area, even though the homes I'm hunting around are only going to be from around the 1930s. The place that I knocked now, the guy said his yard's been picked over by 5 different times with people with a metal detector. So hopefully they left me something, because apparently on top of the hill where I'm at, specifically where these houses were, there was some sort of Civil War encampment that's, to my knowledge, not documented, but it's close to where there was a major battle, so it makes sense. But hopefully we can find a couple old coins, you know, or an old Civil War bullet, something like that. So we'll get looking and let you know. Alright, and we're out swinging the T2 for right now today. This place has been pricked over pretty good. A lot of just faint iron signals and chirping. But the first diggable signal I got rang in a little bit sketchy, but it was right in that high 70s range. And I was telling myself, that's what the mini balls sound like. And there it is. The first signal up here is indeed a Civil War bullet. It's mangled a little bit, but that is definitely a Civil War bullet. And I can't tell if it's a 3-ringer or what kind it is. It's pretty smashed. Yeah, it does look like it has rings on there. Probably just a standard mini ball. Awesome, man. That's a great start to the day. So yeah, they definitely have left some stuff here. And let's pull some more. Okay guys, so not a lot of signals here. This has indeed been picked over pretty well. I just got a shallow 1977 penny that probably hasn't been down there more than a few years. But I got a signal here. Mostly ringing up around 78, which is right in that bullet range. And it's showing some depth. So let's go ahead and do this one live and see maybe if we have another 3-ringer. Ground's real powdery here. It's hard to make a plug. Let's go ahead and get the pinpointer out. Okay, I cut the last clip because that signal was just this tiny little piece of aluminum that was fooling the detector. It took me forever to find it. But anyway, it's been about another 5 minutes. I finally locked onto another diggable signal coming in the mid 70s, and it was maybe about 4 inches down. Kind of have it picked up with a pinpointer now, so I'm going to do it live in case it's, well, it's not a bullet. You see it right there. That looks like the world's largest safety pin bent out. Well, that's kind of weird. Oh well, at least it's something. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time here. There are not many signals at all. But I at least want to go over the property one time. Alrighty guys, you got to get where everybody else doesn't swing if you want to have a chance at finding a decent amount of stuff at some of these properties that have been hammered for years. I'm on the back side of the hedgerow, out by the row, by the famous stop sign, on the steep slope, swinging up under the hedges. Had a nice blasting signal in the 70s, and I kind of pushed it with the pinpointer. You can see it right there. That is going to be a Civil War bullet. Let's check it out. It looks like another 3-ringer, and this one's dropped. It's in pretty good shape, being 150 years old. Nice. So we'll take it. I'm gonna keep moving down this hedgerow. Maybe we'll find another one. I'm in the side yard now, this small little part here that is completely trashed. The guy told me that the people that looked last time found like a lot of old car parts and stuff over here, and it's really trashed over here, and a lot of interference from the power lines as well. So I decided to just work this washout on the edge where you can actually get some decent targets, and I figured that, you know, maybe something was washed out there and maybe right on top, and it would be a good test for old stuff on this side of the yard. And got a nice 80 signal, only 1 inch deep. It's a wheat penny. It looks like an old one. I think that's 1936. Could be 26, but I'm pretty sure that's 36. So sweet. I'll work this washout a little more, and then we're gonna head out of this permission. It's kind of hard to see on there. I rubbed it off a little bit. It is actually 1926, which surprised me because there's a lot of detail on it, so I just assumed it was going to be a little bit newer one, but no, that's 1926 wheat penny. 90 years old. All right. Okay, I'm still in this washout. I just dug, right next to that penny, I just dug this molten piece of lead. I don't think that's Civil War period. It doesn't have that normal, very white oxidized color to it, but I'll keep it just in case it's a piece of camp lead, but I doubt it on that piece. Like I said, still working this little washout right here. And I got a signal right on top that's blowing my ears out. Real concentrated. 88, 89, and I'm gonna do it live just in case it's an old coin. I mean, if it's a coin, it's probably gonna be silver. It's real high, but it's like right on top here. Ooh, what is that? Oh, it's just a modern quarter from 2016. My goodness. That hasn't been down there very long. Hey, well, it's still a coin. Let's keep moving. I'm checking by the base of this massive tree, seeing if any bullets or old coins have washed down over here through the years. You can see it's just all eroding away from the roots, which would have been buried a long time ago. And check out this big bottle. There's an ant's nest there somewhere. But obviously with that kind of cutout, it's not going to be incredibly old, but it's just buried in the hillside here. I thought it was pretty neat, so I'd show it. I'm not going to dig it out. We'll just leave it there. But yeah, hopefully we can get something old down and through here. Surface find. It's a new one for me. The first ever slinky I found metal detecting. Let's see what kind of signal it gives off. As I figured, an overload signal. Big piece of metal. Alright, I'm finished up hunting the yard. It's one of these permissions. If I spend another 2 hours here, I could probably squeak out another bullet or two and maybe another interesting find, but I want to keep moving today, try to find a little bit better of a spot just because I'm far away from home. You know, if this was a place that was local, I'd definitely spend a lot more time hunting it. But he told me the last person that hunted it was a lady that lived up the street that was into the history, and he told me that she must have pulled 40 mini balls off the property, so she did a pretty good job, and I'm happy that in the recent past there were still a lot of finds here, you know, unearthed from the Civil War that have been missed by detectors in the past. So since I'm doing so well at this property as far as finding an area where there was at least a concentration of mini balls in the past, I'm going to focus on the kind of like a mile radius around this neighborhood and try to get some large permissions around the houses built in the 30s and 40s, thinking that I can find some silver coins and maybe some mini balls mixed in. I think I'm in a decent area. So the research paid off this time, and I'm going to keep scouting. Let's get on to some goodies. Alright, we're on a roll today. I got my second permission on my next knock. I'm going to be off of a busy street, but I found a nice big corner lot, brick house. I'll just kind of pan over, see if you can see it from there for a second. But just a brick house. I'm not sure if this was one of the original ones on this street from the 30s. It doesn't really look that old, so this one might only be from the 50s, but it doesn't matter. There could be some Civil War bullets in this yard as well. I'm further down the hill, which is not a place they probably would have camped, like up on the top of the hill where I just was, so we'll see. I think there'll at least be something here, and hopefully it's never been detected before. So let's go get some treasure. First good signal I got was pretty deep. I actually thought if it was going to be a coin, it was silver. I got about 5 inches down and pulled out this really toasted wheat penny. It's a 1944, and shallow in the hole with it was this little piece of iron. So alright, there's going to be some stuff here. We're going to keep looking. I'm on the side of the property by this tree and right by the neighbor's driveway. Their lot sits kind of lower. And just in case this is something amazing, man, I got to do the signal live. It's shallow, but it won't budge off of 93, 94. And the reason the number's bouncing because of the chatter from the power lines. But man, if that's a coin, that could be a silver half or something. It's not very deep. There's some roots right here, so it's going to be a little tricky to get at. You can see this big root running right through here. We'll see what it is. Tough to get down in here. It's just all roots right here. That's where the pinpointer will come in handy. Okay, so it's up just a little bit further from where I started. Oh goodness, there's all kinds of rocks in here too. Big rock. The good news is it's not much deeper. Now I'm basically touching it. I think I pried it up, whatever it is. Oh, what is this? Alrighty. So it is just a big, massive piece of copper. Oh, well. Had a solid signal here that would not budge off of 85, 86. And it's about 2 to 3 inches down, so this could be a silver dime. So let's finish it live just in case. Not much deeper. A lot of roots in the side of the yard. They're no joke. I see something. That's just glass, that's not the signal. Hopefully that doesn't mean it's a bottle top. And just another piece of copper. We may have an interesting spill, guys. Right under about where this plug is, right here. I just dug a 1964 penny. I still had a deep wobbly tone right next to it. And I got down a good 5 inches. I'm not sure if you can see that down there. There's something down in the hole. It almost looks like a piece of a watch or something. Just go ahead and pop it out and see what it is. That's exactly what it is. That is an old wristwatch. Maybe that was dropped the same time as that penny. Maybe this is probably from the 60s, maybe late 60s or something. You can still kind of see the hands in there. Oh, well, that's interesting. Moving on. That permission was definitely working my nerves, but I'm glad I gave it another 15 minutes. It's on a busy street, it's hard to hear with traffic. The EMI from the power lines is terrible. I had to run my sensitivity low and try to really pay attention. There were some trees ripped out of the yard, so there's like a lot of fill and the grass was high. So it was hard trying to get down to the old signals that are left in there. But I started getting some better stuff when I was out by the road. Other than a couple pennies from like the 70s and 60s, I didn't film. I found this piece of an insulator. And out by the road I found a really crusty 1966 quarter, which I was hoping was going to be silver. This I have to clean up. It's probably the most interesting find from this yard. It's a crushed aluminum thimble, but it has some lettering on it. So this is probably either a campaign or a advertising thimble. Love these, so I'll have to clean that up later. And I did end up, which I was going to start filming, but then like halfway down the street, this guy started yelling at me, "Hey, what did you find?" So I ended up talking for him a minute, and I had pulled out this silver Roosevelt dime that was about 5 inches down. The targets are pretty deep in this yard, and I got to clean it up. I can't see the date on it yet. I think it's 1948, I'm pretty sure. So made some finds from that yard, which was pretty cool. And I'm going to take a little break here, and I'm going to do a little more scouting. Okay, I came back close to where I got my first permission. I'm a little bit further down the hill of where I found the mini balls, and I got permission to do a little lawn, not too far from that other house, just maybe 6-7 houses down, sloped over the hill. Real nice lady, and I told her, you know, what I had found up there on top of the hill earlier today, and I told her if I found some of the 3 ringers that I'd go ahead and give her one. And so she gave me the go ahead and search her front lawn. So I'm going to check it out and hopefully you can get something. Okay, I dug a modern penny so far. I got a really deep scratchy signal here that I almost passed, but it was in the high 70s and it was coming in enough. It sounded, you know, kind of like the deep bullets sound, the Civil War bullets. And turns out it was actually a coin. Really old wheat penny. You can see on there 1919. So that is awesome. Only been here 5 minutes. Got one modern penny almost right on top, and now this near 100-year-old penny. Sweet. Okay guys, the gloves came off for this one. I had 2 signals that were kind of next to each other here. One sounded like a penny, and one sounded higher, almost like a silver coin. So I went for the higher tone first. I popped my plug. Look at this. Looks like a ring. It's gotta be silver. Look at that, it's got stones in it. Unreal. Look at that. Ah, that is beautiful. Wow. I don't know how old it is, but nonetheless, that is amazing. There, I can see on the inside, it has the 925 stamp on it, so it's not too incredibly old. But wow. That is a sweet ring. All right, let's keep hunting. I'm pumped now. I'm not familiar with this one, but this is the signal that was right next to the ring. Seagrams. I'm not sure what it's for, just some kind of bottle cap. I have no idea if that's a beer or what. But that's the hole for the ring right there, and this was the first tone I had right there. Okay, spent about the last 10 to 15 minutes just digging a bunch of crap in the pouch there. I also got this weird battery. And right there, pretty shallow, right about where I parked, And I did get another wheat penny. This one's not quite as old, 1946. Just got a faint target, and I pulled this out. It's heavy, it's definitely lead. But it's not oxidized white like you normally when you find the musket balls. So I'm not sure if this is Civil War period or not. But it appears to be an old musket ball. It's a little bit different than the ones I usually find, so I'm not positive on it. It's a little bit smaller than usual too. So if anybody knows any different, let me know. Sweet. Also, one of the permissions I was at, the people were really hospitable, and the guy gave me a can of ginger ale while I was out there detecting, and he was real nice, so I didn't have the heart to tell him that I haven't drank soda in like a year and a half, so I have it here. But anyway, that was really nice of him. I just didn't have the heart to tell him I wasn't going to drink it. I just checked into my room, so let's go ahead and take a look around. Yay! Nice and clean room, smells very fresh. Yeah, this is going to be comfy. I am on the 4th floor with a wonderful view of downtown Chattanooga. Yeah, let's check out the bathroom. Even a hairdryer for all my hair. So I'm going to tell you guys a quick story about the Chattanooga area. And I don't know the exact dates, as I didn't brush up on the details before planning this trip, but I did know that sometime in the 1800s, the downtown area of Chattanooga was devastated by a flood. And not a whole lot of people know this, but they actually built the downtown area higher. And there are points in the downtown area here where when you're walking down the street, you can actually see archways down by your feet of what were doorways. So the current city of Chattanooga is actually sitting on top of the old city. So there are some basements in the area here where you can actually see the street floor because it's buried underground.
Mystery surrounds a Chattanooga that existed in the 1800s. Torrential rains caused flooding, devastating downtown on a regular basis. The solution? Quietly raise the town.
It's my lucky day, guys. I was just served a nice little surprise. Room service. Let's see what we got. Get some water, fruit, cheese, and crackers. What do we got here? Good morning, everyone. I just checked out of the hotel a little bit ago. Had a great stay. Really enjoyed my time there at the Chattanoogan. And it's about to start getting nostalgic up in here. I am at, wait for it, if you've been subscribed to my channel since early 2013, I am at the infamous disc golf course. Yes, the place that I started hunting when I lived out this way. Before my days of door knocking. This is one of the little sweet spots that I found and I spent the spring and the summer hunting. And we're going to go take a look around, see how well I hit this place with the MineLab E-Track. I pulled maybe over the probably 20 to 25 times I hunted here. I probably pulled maybe about 15 silvers out of this place, something like that. But I found some really cool stuff as well. It's a really interesting spot, and it's only about maybe a third of a mile from Orchard's Knob. And if you're not sure what Orchard's Knob is, I'm not going to take a tour of that now. You can go ahead and Google it, but it's a historic Civil War site that's just right around the corner here. I never did find any Civil War relics in this park, even because of its close proximity to Orchard's Knob, but I found some really, really cool stuff from the early urban days of Chattanooga. So let's get to looking, and I'll show you guys around a bit. Let's go do some digging, guys. We're gonna find something I missed before. Let's get on. Alrighty, so I am at the main part of the disc golf course where I found most of my goodies. And this tree that I'm sitting by is special for a reason. I'm sitting at the base of the tree where I found my first ever gold ring metal detecting. It was a 1936 class ring that was actually 10 karat gold and sterling silver welded together. Still to this day, one of the craziest cool rings I've ever found. And it was only maybe about a yard out from the base of this tree. Probably about right where them shadows are. So it was special about this spot. This was kind of my one of my getaway spots when I first moved down here. And here she is, guys, in high definition, upgraded from the crappy quality of when I used to film. Guys, you aren't going to believe it, and I apologize if there's any wind noise. I worked my way out from the tree, right? You can see my detector right there. I just opened up a big hole there. I was going to give up on it because it was a deeper signal. In this place, other than it used to be waterlogged out in the center there were some deeper wheat pennies and stuff like that that sank. But generally, you know, we're talking Tennessee soil. The coins don't sink quite as deep. And I got a deep, like, bouncy signal, and I went down almost 8 inches. And I just got done saying that even with Orchard Knob close by, I had hammered this place for, you know, probably 6 months. This was one of my #1 places to metal detect because it was before my days of door knocking. So I just came back and back and back. And I just got done saying I've never found anything relating to the Civil War here. Dug 8 inches down on a sketchy deep tone, and my first signal is a fired mini ball. You can see the 3 rings. This bullet definitely hit something solid like a tree, just like that, and completely smashed the front of it in. But yeah, that's crazy that on the first signal I decided to dig, it turned out to be a Civil War relic on this trip. So I'm so glad I stopped by here. I'm relaxing today and I don't want to do any door knocking, but it was way down here in the bottom corner of this hole. You're not going to be able to see because of the sun glare. But that was down there. So I'm going to crank my sensitivity up. I know I've been over this really good. I'm going to skip, you know, the surface signals unless I have like a high quarter signal. You know, maybe it's a modern ring somebody dropped or something. But I'm going to crank the sensitivity up and look for some of those deeper targets that I missed in through here. Let's get something good. Okay, back under the shade tree, because I am not filming out there in the sun. Look at the sky today. No clouds. Not a one. So it's going to be hot out there. But I just found this aluminum tag that has numbers on it. It's all folded up. It was pretty deep. I can't even remember what these things are. I think I knew a little while back. So if somebody knows, comment below. Back under the shade tree, right out there, I got a bouncy nickel tone that was about 4 to 5 inches deep. Can somebody tell me what this is? I have no idea on this one. It's actually copper. It looks like it had some kind of gold gilt on it at some point on the front. It's really weird. Definitely looks like it has some age on it for sure. But I'm clueless on that one. But yeah, I definitely left some targets in here, some of the deeper ones as well. I only ever hit this place with the E-Track, I believe, so the faster processor on the T2 will probably sniff out some stuff that I missed. Because I mean, I'm in the ghetto. This is just a very high trash area, so yeah, maybe we'll get an old coin today. That would be awesome. I'm back in the shade. And this goes to show how much my metal detecting skills have improved over the years, because, you know, I had really thought that I hammered this place so hard that there wasn't really a whole lot left. And, you know, I've only been here 15 minutes and I'm already finding some good deep stuff. But I pulled this off the hole and you can see where a coin was stuck to there. Yeah, the ground is just incredibly dry here. But stuck on the bottom of it about 5 inches down. A wheat penny. And we're in the section where I found a lot of my silver coins, the main area. So I'm just going over a place that, you know, I've probably swung over probably 20, 30 times. And there's still some old stuff down there. So awesome. We're going to keep plugging away. No pun intended. This is something you don't see every day. I think he let go. There's this crazy bug here. It just went down this hole. You see him right there? He's flying around. When I turned the camera on, when he saw me, he dropped it. He was carrying a wolf spider about this big, and he was dragging him back to his hole. I don't know if it was dead yet or if he just grabbed it live. That's the craziest thing I ever saw. I don't know what that red bug is, but he was dragging a wolf spider bigger than he was back to that little hole there. That's crazy. At first it looked like a wasp, but it's not. It's some kind of red bug. That was really crazy. Well, I'm gonna let them go because I don't know if they sting. I'm much further out now, back under the shade tree. Got another deep penny stuck on the clod there. Before, I may not have gotten a lot of the thunky bottle cap tones that are deeper because a lot of these pennies are ringing up funny. But I hit this place so many times I stopped cherry picking and just started digging solid tones. I'm surprised I'm finding this much, but there it is. 1945. Sweet. Now let's get a silver one. Okay, I had a really deep signal, but it was coming in high. I've been working at it for a little over 5 minutes. You can see this huge rock right here. I'm gonna have to widen the hole to pull that out. But I got down to this. I'm not sure if you can see it down there. But it looks like some kind of big piece of brass or copper. I'm not sure how old it is, but since it's almost a foot deep, I'm going to try to get down to it and pull it out and see what it is. Okay, I think I might have a silver coin. I'm not sure yet. I got a really deep high tone, and I kept digging down into the center of my hole and finally got it with a pinpointer. I saw this when I just flicked this out of my hole. There's an imprint there of a coin. I'm not sure if that's dime sized. If it's a penny, it rang up really high for a penny, so I'm gonna grab the pointer here and see if we can locate it. Okay, so it's still back down in the hole. So what it is when the ground's this dry, you pull the clump off the top of the coin, you can see the imprint, but the coin's still stuck on the bottom of the hole. That's what happened to my last couple here. Should be right here somewhere. I'm trying to block the sun. I gotta get over this way. There we go. Should be right about on top of it. Basically touching it. can't tell. Yeah, I think that's a tarnished silver dime. I'm in the section that there was always waterlogged, so the silvers came out of here black. I remember that very vividly. Just get the shovel in there and pry it out right underneath it. This ground is so hard. There, I can see the edge of it. Let's get underneath it. There it is. Yeah, man, that's a Merc. What's the date on it? I think it's 1939. You can see how there's that beautiful marble toning from the black staining. Unreal. There are definitely still stuff in this place I missed. I'll have to shoot back this way when we get some more rain. Okay, I am now standing on top of what used to be a pond. And we had a dry summer, so I would just say it dried out, but it appears like it was, the city must have filled it in. Just because, you know, as long as I lived here, this was always full of water. And even like up to several weeks after it rained, there were low points here where it was still soaked. So it's crazy though. Around the edges, you can kind of see where it started. You can kind of see where the ring goes around, where the grass turns a little bit lighter of a color and makes a circle right around here. And I did find, you know, a lot of wheat pennies on the edge here, a few silver dimes mixed in around that side, and one way across over here back in the past. So, I mean, obviously being filled with water for who knows how many years, this area is like immensely trashed. But there's got to be some old stuff down under here. But I mean, even sitting in water all the time, even the modern stuff, a lot of it would probably be 8 inches deep. This would be a place to come and just keep picking out targets, you know, dig a lot of junk, and eventually you'll hit something good. But yeah, there's still life left in this place. I'm glad I'm still finding stuff. I know the last time I hunted here, I hit this edge and was still finding a few wheat pennies, so I'm going to swing over there real quick, see if I can find a couple coins I missed before. So alright, we're having a good time here. I wasn't expecting that silver dime, so I'm a happy camper. Alright, so the roots of this tree are growing straight up, almost like stalagmites in a cave. I can't even say I've ever really seen that before, like all the whole way around the tree. I mean, obviously I've seen roots like that before in the base of a tree, but never like all of them. That's kind of weird. Donald Trump would say this plug is huge. There's the pond. I got a deep coin signal here. I'm already about 6 inches down and the signal's still down there. There's a sketchy, faint high tone. So we'll check the depth, see how old the coins are coming out at this depth by the pond. If indeed it is a coin, but it sounded like a deep, sketchy coin signal. Alrighty then. Must have got it out. Hey. Yep. Yeah, it's like I said. Man, look at that. Let me get this in the shade. Look at that stuck in there. That's how dry it is, man. It's just, you can see the back of it. It's a memorial. It's like plastered into that dirt. It's, ew, nasty. This one was in water a long time. Probably a lot of coins in that pond. How old is this one now? Yeah, it doesn't, that's not even a high relief one. This looks like it's from the 70s. Or actually, I think it's 1980. So yeah, we're gonna skip this little area here. Right after I just got done saying the modern coins are probably 8 inches deep, I just got it like a 7-inch penny from 1980. So yeah, we're gonna work further out on the edge where the old coins are more shallow. Brush anyone? So on the other side of the park, I didn't find as much old stuff over here. There's been a lot of excavation done over the years. They're turning the old tennis courts into basketball hoops now. So that's pretty cool. But over the side here, I found a massive what's supposed to be a signet ring. It was silver, it was huge, but it didn't have any initials on it. And then one of the coolest coins I ever found living in Chattanooga was, if you see over by that bench there, in between that walkway and what used to be tennis courts right there, right in there, I found an awesome part silver. I think it was 75% silver, a 50 centavos from the Philippines. It was a big old silver coin. It was really neat. So this park was definitely good to me, but it was this side here that was the hot spot and where I found everything today. And there's still some stuff in there. I put in about an hour, but the heat's just too much, so I'm gonna pack it in. But it was nice to get to show you guys around the disc golf course. Hope you enjoyed. Oh, something really funny just happened. So on the way back home, I stopped at Food City to just get some snacks. So I got this little snack pack of mixed nuts, and I tore the top of it off and then like halfway down the pack so I could easily get them out while I was driving. And I also had my phone set on the seat, and look what happened. My phone slid down in to the pack of nuts. I guess that's officially my nut case.